Hello again, this is Woolly Elephant, episode 40. I'm Heather.
And I'm Nikki.
If you haven't met us before, we're mother and daughter.
Not sisters.
No, we've been doing this for 40 episodes now, I can't believe it. Nearly 2 years.
No, it will say 40 years then.
I know, it's like 40 years, isn't it? It feels like 40 years. 2 years nearly, our anniversary is just after Christmas. We finally hit 251 subscribers.
Yay.
So on the next episode, we've not had a chance to sort it out for this one, but on the next episode we will do a giveaway. Hopefully it will be something that we'll give away ourselves, and possibly a Knitinabox as well. We just need to arrange that with them. Anyway, you can find us on the internet, interwebs. You can reel all that up, Nikki.
On Instagram, I'm Woolly Elephant Daughter and Woolly Elephant Mum. Facebook, we're Woolly Elephant. Etsy, we're Woolly Elephant.
We sell
project bags,
hand-sewn project bags by Nikki and hand-dyed yarn by me in our Etsy shop.
And there's some knitted items in there as well.
And
where else are we? Ravelry. I'm Nicola's Knitting and Mum's Baking 196.
196. We do have a podcast group. It's not very active, but it is there. So if you wanted to ask us any questions other than underneath down below, you could message us there as well.
Do get round to it eventually.
We do eventually. Our lives are just, that's it, isn't it? That's everything.
Yeah.
Life's getting in the way at the moment.
It really is.
Seriously, life is getting in the way of our knitting at the moment. This is a week later than we intended. Finally, I think we're both feeling not ill.
Getting there. I've been off work, which I hate doing because I had tonsillitis to the point where I had to be given antibiotics, and I was sat at home feeling miserable. I could barely breathe.
No, she was awful. She sounded like Donald Duck. It was
so
funny. She was in agony. It's so funny.
I came into work and I was like, I really don't want to be here. I feel like hell. I could barely speak, but I sounded like Donald Duck. That's how squeaky my voice was. And then they're laughing. Mum's there like...
I nearly fell on the floor laughing.
I was like, just laugh, it's fine.
Makes a change for me and my weird voice when I'm ill.
But
I've never heard one like that before.
It's just so weird because I sent a recording to my maid of honour because the week where I got tonsillitis was actually my hen do at the weekend. So I was begging and praying that I'd be better for it. And I'd sent her a voice recording when I was outside the hospital of how I sounded. And oh my God, it's like a completely different person.
It is. It's funny though. It was funny.
It was funny, but
painful.
The agony I was in, I never want it ever again.
Never knew tonsillitis could be so painful. Quite so painful. I've never had it before, and you've never had it before, have you?
I definitely never had that before.
Never want it again?
No, it kicked my ass. Nothing normally ever does that unless I'm chucking up and stuff. But no, that really did it. And
but all is relatively well now. The kids are almost better.
Yeah, they've been constantly ill.
Yeah, it's one thing after another. I seem to have picked up, I don't know about the kids as well, but I seem to have picked up everything this year.
Yeah.
Tempted to go to the doctors and say, what's up with me? I get every cough, cold, sore throat going. I'm unlucky if I normally get one a year. I think I've had about 2 or 3 coughs, at least 3 or 4 colds, sore throats, several sore throats this year. It's been crazy. Even one that took me off work, and I'm never off work.
Rubbish, isn't it?
For a week. But hey, we all need an extra holiday sometimes.
You know, I was sat on the sofa and I was like, I really want to do my knitting. I really wanted to knit my cardigan that I've been knitting, but I just didn't have the power. It was too much concentration on not choking to death.
That's it, yeah.
So I just sat there going...
And I think it's all gradually catching up. Because last night, I'm just tired all the time at the moment. I was so tired last night. I actually went to bed at 9:30 last night. I must have been conked out instantly.
I wish I were in bed at 9:30.
I didn't want to knit. I was sat there watching telly. I didn't want to knit. But I'm a bit bleary-eyed this morning. We have had to, because of changes at work, we've had to change the time that we are videoing this. We're still doing it on the same day, on Wednesday mornings, but now we're having to do it earlier. So it's 8:30 in the morning on Wednesday, what date are we today?
I'll consult the oracle. 14th of November.
Wednesday the 14th of November.
And it's 8:36.
8:36 in the morning. We have no light, but because of changes at work, one of our ladies at work, Jane, has cut her hours. She did all the opens, well, 4 of the opens in the morning, which meant we only had to start work at about 11:15, 11:15. Whereas now she's switched, she's gone to work at a school during the day to fit in with her life better and all her kids in the holidays.
She got 4.
She has, girls. Anyway, so I've now got to start doing the opens again, which means I have to start work at 10 o'clock.
Whereas I'm doing
Nikki's doing, I'm doing Mondays, well, I'm doing a few days. Gratefully, Nikki has said she'll do Wednesdays and Thursdays, so I haven't got to do those. But she's got to start at 10 o'clock today. So we have to get this in
run out like a
quite early. So if we look a bit bleary-eyed, it's...
I've been up since 5:30.
It's because...
That time of the morning should be illegal.
it's because we are. But we are here. This is the only time we can really fit it in. And we don't want to give it up. No. We want to try and keep doing it where possible. So I've made it a little bit of an effort and straightened my hair. Because I look like something that had just crawled out of the Black Lagoon or something this morning.
The abyss.
But it's too early for makeup.
Right, enough of a pity party.
Yeah.
We're okay now.
So we'll talk about... Well, you like to know what's going on in our lives. At least the people that watch us all the time, I know, do.
Yeah, that's true. Probably wondering where the heck we've been, because I've been, like, not doing anything on Instagram.
No, I haven't. I've got to admit, I've not been posting as much on Instagram lately, just because it's... Like I say, it's just life. It's just so busy at the moment.
Hectic. But this weekend I did, and it's been busy.
Yeah,
I posted a picture of
with a few FOs today, with a couple of half objects and work in progress stuff you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So before we go into that, just a quick word about our sponsor, Knitinabox. Hi, just a quick word about our sponsors, Knitinabox. It's a monthly subscription box for knitters, either in ladies accessories or baby box. I myself get the ladies accessories ones. In every box you get knitting yarns, you get patterns, little extras, like in the current one I've got like a little hand cream, you get a chocolate or a sweet, drinks, you might get a drink, a tea or a coffee or something along those lines. I've had notebooks, I've had pencils, I've had all sorts of bits and pieces. All for, if you subscribe, $18.99 a month, or if you just buy them on a one-off, $19.99. I'm going to review the boxes in the future separately, but you can find them, like I did, on Facebook. They have a Facebook page, Knitinabox, and they have their website, which you can subscribe through, which is knitinabox.co.uk. Like I said, you get a box every month. It's commercial yarns, more like your acrylic yarns, not your hand-dyed yarns like other subscription boxes you see advertised on other podcasts. So all for less than £20, and I've knitted from every one so far, or will be doing. So until next time.
Okay.
So we're back again now.
Did you enjoy it?
Did you?
Did you see me disappear and not?
We didn't, because we haven't even filmed it yet. I thought I'll do that when Nikki goes to work and I've got a bit more time. Right. We've got some FOs, so I'm going to let Nikki show hers first because she's so excited to show them.
So I knitted 2 arts in a weekend, which is like a big deal for me because I've never done that. So I downloaded this pattern book. I don't know, a few weeks ago. Maybe a month ago. I think it was when you were on holiday.
It's a while ago,
because we went to Skipton
moving a bit
on a day week. I'll explain. Ben was asking when did we go to Bolton Abbey last, when Michael was dressed as the Hulk.
Yeah, when we were. It's when I was off work.
I totally forgot that it was when you were off work because I thought it must have been on a Thursday. I went, I must have booked the day off work. I went, because we went to Purl and Jane. That'll explain it.
In fact, when you went, you said you were there. I was going to say, can you just nip into Purl and Jane? But I think she's closed on a Monday, so I didn't.
Oh well, never mind.
Because I wanted something.
So, yeah. And I talked about it in a podcast a while back. I knitted a hat and it was ridiculously small for Josie. So on Saturday night after work, I think it was at 10 o'clock at night, I couldn't resist any longer. Me and Mum have been talking all day about what we wanted to cast on. I couldn't resist any longer.
Yeah, because it's just, we've just wanted, I just want to cast on all the things. I don't want to finish anything. I just want to start to load of new stuff. It's really difficult.
I think the only thing that I'm actively doing is my cardigan, and then because that's big and it's just stocking stitch, I needed something different. So I decided to cast on one of these in my awesome grey black and white printer, and this is triangles, and I did it for Josie, and this is what we've got.
I've already put my order in because this will match my new coat.
I think it's fab. It looks so cute in it, and I've posted a picture on Instagram of me and the boys from Monday when we went out.
Well, if you send me a picture of it, I've already got it. Can I post one?
Yeah.
I might post some pictures at the end. I've got a little video of Nikki playing Stick the Willy on the man.
From my endo.
From the endo. I thought I might put that on.
Look at me floats. Aren't they good?
Nice and neat.
Yes. I had when I was, I think the cable was just that little bit too long for, oh no, the cable was too long for the amount of stitches that I had.
Did you not just magic loop it?
No. But I wanted the stitches to stretch so my floats wouldn't be so long. So it worked out fine. But I went up a needle size from what they said because I am a tight knitter and I was super conscious of these puckering and being tight and everything. And I did the toddler size, which measures for an 18-inch head, and Josieph's got a 19-inch head. A child with giant heads. And I've done this in, let me find my bag. This is called honey. When I look up online, because I'm ordering some more to knit some more matching hats for everybody else because everybody wants one. I can't find it. Where have I put them? The ball band.
We have this problem with ball bands, as you'll find out later.
So it's the Blueface Leicester from West Yorkshire Spinners in the DK base. And they all have exciting numbers for names, so I don't actually know.
It's like a mustard colour.
Which is which.
A goldy mustard.
I know the mustard is called honey, because when I looked it up online going, is that the right one? Is that not the right one? I want to call it honey, I'd have called it mustard. But what else?
It is honey coloured.
So there's that one. And the blue is called blueberries. And that's this one. It's not really showing up the colour on here.
It's like a dark navy, isn't it?
Yeah, and I knitted the rib on 3.5 and the main on 4.5. And it's come out really well. And
that's millimetres in UK sizes.
So I've done that for Joseph, and then when I was testing it on Joseph's head, Michael was like, "What about me?" So I knitted him a hat too. Where's it gone? Oh, it's there on the floor. Using the same pattern for the stitch count, I measured Michael's head, and his head was nearly 22 inches. So I was like, there is no way he's going to fit in the child's head pattern in here, which was child is 19 inches. So I was like,
you want it to be about an inch smaller than the head so that it's snug.
So I was like, right, okay. But with how tight I knit, I was just worried. So I knitted him this. This is in the same yarn. And I did the small adult. And he loves it. It's big. It's too big for him. But I did...
I'm a small adult. At least in my dreams I'm a small adult.
I measured my head and it's 23.5 inches because I wanted to know if I was average or not.
There you go.
And it fits quite nicely.
That fits.
So I've decided that I'm going to order some more of the wool to do this. And I'm going to do Michael one, I'm going to do me one, and I'll do you one as well.
See, we can all be matching.
We'll be matching. I might order mine and do pink and grey. Just so I'm not completely the same, but you can have it in this colour.
I want this colour because this colour will match mine. I've got this lovely new mustard coat. I'm not even going to try that one on because that's a bit small. But that'll match my new mustard coat. I'm a bit obsessed with mustard colour at the moment.
Yeah. I am really pleased with how that looks. It looks like some...
It's really nice.
Buy in a high-end store. And Michael...
But better.
Michael
hand-knit.
Really likes this. He was mortified that I washed it, and Mum knitted him a blue and ribby one that he wears all the time, and he was mad that I washed that as well at the same time. We have this maiden that we have up on the ceiling, and you pull a rope and it goes up, and it's
the old-fashioned I can't remember what they called them.
Horse maiden or whatever.
I'm sure somebody will tell us. The old-fashioned clothes maiden you had hanging above your fire in the olden days.
Well, I have one of them.
We used to have one in our house when they were kids in the kitchen.
Yeah, he was mortified. Mummy, my hats, my hats. It's like, it's okay, they're having a wash. Oh. But he wore this yesterday and he wouldn't take it off. And it is too big for him. So I'm going to knit another one.
It does feel quite, it felt a bit loose on me.
I'm going to knit him another one and then slyly work this one out and I'll probably wear it. But till then he can wear it. So that's
Well,
that.
he likes it. So that's yours?
Yep.
I have finally finished my... God, I can't remember what they're called now. I have notes. Because I was so tired before, I thought I'd better make a few notes. These are my Derive socks from the Wanderlust sock collection. And how impressed are you, if you watch us normally, that I actually made notes of which collection. There's the Cosy Sock Club collection and the Wanderlust Sock Club collection. God, that's a mouthful. From Knitting Expat Design, she's been doing 2 sock clubs, me and Phillips, and I bought both. And this is the Derive socks. I've been doing them for a while. This is in my Victorian teacup colourway on my Polworth fingering base. I really like this colour. So you can see the pattern. Looks quite cool. I've been knitting them for a while. I've done them on my 9-inch circulars on 2.5mm. So these are a little bit. I knit most of my socks on 2.5 and 2.25. So these are a little bit on the... they're not loose, but they're not a tight fit, which I'm quite happy with for some, especially ones I wear around the house. I wanted to knit in the Polworth because I wanted to see how well it wears. And it's taken me so long to finish them, simply because I keep picking up and starting other ones. There we go, there's the film. You just knit the pattern on the front and then it's plain on the back. I do the heel flap, angle sit, my heel. This fits my foot the best. I tried recently on another one I've just done. I tried doing her German short row, putting the German short row heel in. It's just way too small. I haven't tried doing the heel flap adjustment. I like the heel flap because it just fits my foot so much better. When I knitted one and it just looks so small with the German short row heel in. I have put one in another sock that I knitted toe up.
Does that fit different? And
it came out all right, but it knitted all right, but it still doesn't fit quite as well. The pink yellow brick road ones I did.
Oh yeah.
But this
seems like forever ago.
I know. The one of them's slightly blue now because something got put in the wash with something else by mistake. Oops. So it doesn't matter. So there you go. So finally finished those. I've done them quite long. I think I did 20 rows 2x2 rib, 64 stitch cast on, 20 rows 2x2 rib, which is preferably what I like because I like a longer rib. I've done a longer sock leg. I think I've done 64. Usually done 64 rows leg and then 64. I think I've done 64 rows foot as well. I wouldn't swear to that, but when I'm doing a vanilla sock, that's the length I like. I used to do 45. And then I increased it because I thought maybe they were pulling a little bit too much. Yeah. And I'm doing 60, typically 64. Sometimes I do 84 on the leg because I like a long leg on the socks.
Most of it, I started preferring a longer leg.
I don't like it when they just cut off because a lot of people do them to about here. And yeah, okay, it's quicker to knit, but I find that I just like them longer. I feel the need to have them tucked up under my jeans.
Now I've started wearing boots, I want them to peek up above the top.
So I haven't gone any long yet. I thought if I'd go any longer, I'd have to do the rib wider and then decrease for this bit to get it over your calf, the wider bit of your calf. But there you go. They're finally...
You should have them up to an knees at one point.
Well, I have got one knee-length sock.
Just one.
When I first started knitting socks, I did some on straight needles, not in the round. But I ran out I didn't think I'd have enough wool to do the second one, but it was an experience. And it looks really good.
Substantial.
Yeah, in a King Cole zigzag yarn, sock yarn. No, I found a bit more. I might, if I've still got the pattern somewhere. I doubt it, but, you know.
It'd be weird knitting a sock on a straight needle.
I know, because you knitted it and seamed it, because I was afraid of knitting on circular needles back then, and knitting in the round because I hadn't got a clue. So I did one on flat, and it came out really good. But I didn't think I'd have enough. I'd ran out. I didn't want to buy any more at the time. Of the other one, I've still got that somewhere.
I do. I have it in my bind. I have a folder, binder, whatever you call them, with plastic wallets in, and some of my very first patterns, and it's there with the pattern. So if you did want it, I've got it.
Yeah. I've sometimes thought about, if next time I do a pair of toe-up socks, I'm going to split the ball into two, knit up past the heel, and then just keep going
to see where.
See how long you can get. I can get out of 100 grams, because you always have stuff left over, don't you?
Yeah.
Which drives me nuts. Anyway, so that's that one. I've also finished, although I haven't blocked this yet, so it doesn't show it really well. I finally finished this pink wrap with the yarn and the pattern I got in my first Knitinabox in September. So I've still yet to wash it and block it, because when you just hold it, it looks that wide. But when it's going to block out, I don't know how well it'll block because it's acrylic. But it's obviously.
I imagine washing it though will help it relax a little
because
bit.
in the pattern it's done in an acrylic, so and it's stretched out flat because it's like a
blanket.
It's really, really soft. If you want to know what it's made in, just go back a couple of videos.
Don't mind me, I'm just knitting while she's talking.
How many videos ago? We said we'd do 3, so 4. So episode 37?
Probably.
Episode 37, I think I show what I did. So you can see it stretches out quite big, but it's quite long. This is a wrap. I think it's going to be a Christmas present. I think I used 350 grams double knit. It's going to be something like that. You can't really see. Can't really see. I'm too low down. Oh, sorry, lost Nikki.
Hi.
It's good. So it should be, and then fasten. Ooh, drop something. Fasten up here, but you can't really see. They were too close. Pull out a bit. You see all the mess. So it should. I was trying to decide whether to go the full 400 grams, but I don't think I need it because the lady in the picture has kind of got it wrapped across herself like that, and she's got it pinned here. Only it looks much more stylish. But it's curling. It's obviously curling at the edges. So there we go, all the way down. I actually put, it finishes in the actual, hang on, excuse me, come a bit closer again. In the pattern, it's just a plain, you just cast it off and it's a straight edge, but I thought I don't want that. It's got such a pretty, lovely edge. I went through my Nikki Epstein book, Borders and Edges, and I found a lacy pattern that fitted into my stitch count near enough. I think I only had to take off 1 stitch to put a nice lacy edge. Now, when I've washed and dried this lacy edge should be scalloped. It doesn't look it now, but these should come down in, so it should have a wavy scalloped edge. So hopefully, I just haven't had time to stretch it or anywhere to put it because it's going to need quite a bit of space to stretch it out.
Come use my maiden.
So
high in the sky.
Yeah, but I need to it needs to be laid flat because it's curling at the edges.
Right.
So it needs to flatten. I need to be able to stretch it out and pin it out and flatten it out. So it's going to have to be done in here. It's just finding some time to do it because I've still got me can-do shawl as well. I've worn it a couple of times, but it still needs blocking and stretching because it'll be much bigger when I've blocked it. So there you go. Anyway, I finished it. That was from when I got my first Knitinabox. I really wanted to do it. So pink isn't me. I'll not wear pink. And I toyed with doing this again in white for Nikki's wedding. But then we settled on something else. I showed her some other patterns and we've settled on something else. So this is going to go, I think, as a Christmas present to me Auntie Jo.
That'd be nice.
When I've got it finished, or just a present. I don't think I'll wait till Christmas. I'll just send it off to her. So that's me finished. My finished objects. So I have a couple of half objects. I think I've just knocked one on the floor. Have you any?
No.
Right. So let me just get this.
My arm's only just recovered from my
I'll just get this sock off the sock.
Hat binge. I still can't get over. I never finish objects that fast, ever.
This one that you're knitting now is not going to, from your current Knitinabox, isn't going to take so long.
No, it's not.
Because I'm itching to cast that on. I wanted to cast that on since the moment it arrived.
I did. The moment it arrived like half an hour before I was supposed to start work. I went, yeah, I've got time.
But I wanted to get this pink one finished. I've knitted quite a bit on my my blue and mustard jumper, slip stitch jumper that I'm doing. But there's no point in showing that because there's no fancy pattern in it. It's just a slip stitch pattern. So anything I show you now, you've basically already seen. So until I've finished it now, I'm not going to show that again. But I've put quite a bit of time on that. I really want that done so I can wear it. But anyway, a couple of half objects. With my... No particular theme meant that I'm going to keep mentioning Knitinabox, but in the... What are we now? What did we just have? November. In the October box, we got this pink... Quite as bright as it looks.
It's like a raspberry.
We got this pink, 4 balls of this pink glittery King Cole glitz double knit, and I looked at it and thought, wow, that's in your face pink. Not sure what I'd do with that. I wasn't going to knit the pattern that was in it, but I thought I'm sure I can think of something. Anyway, I thought I've knitted these Hacho socks quite a few times in the past, double knitting socks, which I like, and I thought, well, I think you can knit a sock in a couple of evenings in double knit, which I did these. Only took me a couple of evenings, so I thought I'll knit some of these. It's a shame that you're not getting the true colour there, because it's... Let's see if I can turn the camera a bit, see if you get a bit more of the pink instead of it looking so yellow. No, it's not going to cooperate, sorry. But there you go. So I'm gonna do socks. It's not even going to take a full ball to do those. I've even got my needles are stuffed in there, ready for the next ones. I'm knitting them on, I think, 3.75s. Yeah, 3.75s. Hacho socks. This is a free pattern download on Purl and Jane website. So if you go on purlandjane.co.uk, I think it is. Is it? Have you got it there? Is that what she still calls it?
Simple
she's
socks.
changed it to Simple Socks. It used to be called Hacho Socks.
It was freebie download off the website.
It used to be called Hacho Socks when I first got it.
Purlandjane.co.uk.
Yeah, by Jane Ellison. So if you can download that, you can knit those. Get that pattern for free and knit those. They are a really quick knit and a nice pair of double knit socks, and I've knitted about 4 pairs. This is about my 5th pair of those now. They're good for a quick fix, or if you've got a ball of double knit you just don't know what to do with. I mean, it's an acrylic yarn,
I have one on my living room wall as a decoration.
but they'd be good for wearing around the house. Bed socks, good for bed socks.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I might make if I get time I might make 2 or 3 pairs of these.
Well, you've got enough, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I also thought about doing something. I wanted to put black with it, double it up with black and do a chunky pattern, maybe a chunky cowl or...
That'd be fun.
Something like that. Because I've been trying to think of things I can do with that colour, but I think if I put it in with the black, it might look quite cool to use it up, because I'm determined I'm going to use it. So that's that one. And then this one, I did in the speed of light, and over a couple of days. Once I started these, I couldn't stop. I wasn't supposed to be doing any more cast-ons, but I just needed...
Couldn't help yourself.
Yeah, and I've had this is Knitpicks Felici yarn. Felici, I think.
I don't know.
I bought them quite a while ago. That's quite true to colour, actually. The sun's just suddenly getting a bit of a light. So that is quite true to colour. I thought I'd do some shorty socks, so I could get them done quicker, because obviously you've not got to knit an ankle, and they stay on quite nice in my trainers. I tried doing the first ones I did Rose City Rollers, where the rolled edge, but I prefer a cuff. And I fancied trying this pattern. This is the True Vale socks from the Wanderlust sock collection as well, and I really like that pattern.
It's pretty.
That's going to have to go on more of my socks. But I think I started them on late Sunday afternoon, and I finished them yesterday. Yeah, I think I finished them. No. Not yesterday, the day before. You started them on Sunday. Saturday.
You started them on Saturday.
Saturday night, finished them on Monday.
Because when I sent you a picture of me casting on Josie's hat saying I couldn't resist, you sent one back with that cast on.
That's it, on Saturday, and I finished them on...
At like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I finished them on Monday night. I finished that one. I've been doing them at work and in fact, look, see, can you see? Poorly finger. Poorly, I don't know if that shows. I have quite a poorly stabbed, wounded, grotty looking finger now. Because I was using my higher sharps.
Oh God. Puncture yourself.
Which are quite sharp. But they don't actually, I don't actually puncture my finger anymore, but it was feeling decidedly tender.
Oh.
And I have really quite rough, grotty looking skin on the end of that finger. I had quite a tender finger when I finished because I just didn't really just stop. And I've cast the other one on. Maybe I'll have that one done by the weekend because, again, I think these are for me. I'm not 100% sure, but I've knit them to fit me.
You should have them for you.
I put them on Instagram. I keep thinking though about knitting socks, shoving them in a box, and then I've got there for presents.
Yeah, you shouldn't put.
But which I did with my last lot, but I keep pulling them out. I'm wearing them because I like my knitted socks. So there you go.
They are the best kind of socks.
So that's the other one. That's the Travail socks from the Wanderlust sock collection by Knitting Expat. I don't think you can buy it individually yet, but she said once all the clubs were done.
Do you know where sells them?
She usually then at some point, I don't know when, releases them and sells them all individually. But that was a really nice panel. It looks a bit like a cable, but it's not.
It's pretty.
So, don't ask me the colour because I put the ball band. I don't know what happens. Don't know what happens to my ball band. Can you something pinging?
Okay.
No idea. That was the yarn. They come in 50-gram balls, these. Probably won't be enough. I'll probably have to dip into the other one. I bought 2 of everything. I'll probably have to dip in to do the second one. This is the there we are, my higher sharps are quite pointy. So I have started the next one. I'll take them to work with me today. And this is Nikki's DPN cover she made me.
I'm going to be making some more soon. Now I'm not ill and dying anymore. And the children are under instructions not to be ill anymore. Yeah,
we haven't done much for the put in the shop. I've just put a grey speckly one in the shop, but just not had time. I've not had time. I've been working 6 days a week, so the time when I normally do the dyeing, I haven't had. And then when I did have the day on Thursday last week, I just thought, you know,
just want to vegetate.
I just wanted a day off. I just wanted to just sit down and do nothing. So
I did that on Sunday.
So I did.
I just knit all day.
Yeah. So I did.
So
I just couldn't be bothered. I couldn't find the wherewithal to do it. Whereas the last couple of days I've been thinking about it. So that's those so far. So works in progress. Do you want to show what you're doing? Or what you've brought, and then I'll show mine.
So currently I am doing one of my works in progress. Got my Knitinabox, my first one, this month, and I'll just borrow your box. I'll show you quickly, briefly, but I've pinched Mum's box. I didn't see a point in bringing mine.
No, well, I didn't start mine because I thought I'll keep mine nice, as Nikki started hers.
So this is what it looks like.
This was the November one, the Christmas box, this one.
So it come with 4 of the King Cole chunky.
And it's really soft, this chunk. I used to sell this yarn. I used to like it then.
And this sparkle King Cole Cosmos. And it came with a load of other goodies as well. But we're going to do a review.
I'm going to do a separate video and just review this.
But that's what came. So is there 4?
Yeah, there's 4.
With the other bit. So that's that. So I cast the pattern that came was this Silver Shawl.
Trying to read back to front, aren't you?
Yeah. I thought it had shell in the name.
Yeah.
But that's what it looks like. And they're down at the bottom. And some of the panels, I've got that sparkle yarn in. So that's why that's there.
Yeah, you hold it in.
I remember looking at it going, what on earth am I going to use this for? Because my pattern in my box was right at the bottom, whereas Mum's
mine was at the bottom. It's right at the top because I've looked.
So I was looking at the yarn going, well, I like the grey, but what on earth am I going to use this for? So I thought, maybe it's got something to do with pattern, which it did. I thought Christmas, who don't like a bit of tinsel. So I cast on immediately.
I wanted to, but I've held off.
So this is where we're at. I've just started there's a moss stitch panel, and I've got my sparkle in, which you can see.
If you tilt it a bit, you might see towards the window.
Yeah.
Tilt it towards the window a bit, you might see the sparkle.
It's not all the way through, you just have patches where you put the sparkle in. And I'm doing the adult one.
It is quite sparkly, this section. It looks a lot more sparkly than it does on the camera.
Yeah, it is. It is really sparkly. And you knit it on 8mm needles, and I'm doing it on straight needles because I have circular tips, but I don't have a cable long enough. So I'm going to try and squeeze it on these because when it's sponged up, I won't kill you, I promise. These are pony ones. They feel really hollow.
Yeah.
And they're really bendy, so I'll try not to break them. But I'm looking forward to finishing it, and I think I might actually put the tassels on.
I know, I think I'll put the tassels on it when I make it.
Because I quite like it, because there's a picture without the tassels and with. And
I never noticed that.
And I prefer it with, so I'm hoping I'll have enough, I should do. But it's going to be fun sewing in this tinsely bit.
You should have knitted it in.
It's
got sequins on it as well.
Yeah.
It has, it's like a stellina type thing, but it's got little sequins on as well.
Yeah, so it's really pretty. I'm enjoying it. It's easy.
TV knitting.
So I was knitting it last night while I was at work. One of the drivers was dead impressed. Thought I was super talented. Because I am. Because he went, "What are you knitting? Are you knitting a hat?" And I was like, "No." And so I showed him it. "Oh, that's very nice. You're very clever. You're talented." I was like, "You can come again." It's like, yeah, that's good. So that's that. I'm still on the first ball, but I'm probably going to come to the end of it soon. It's really soft and nice to knit with, so I'm pretty.
Yeah, it's 100% acrylic, but it's because that's what you get in the Knitinabox. It's more your commercial yarns, but we don't have a problem with that. And King Cole Big Value Chunky is really soft. I used to sell that when I had my shop. I used to sell a lot of that.
Like this sparkly stuff is 76% glitter yarn and 24% payette.
Whatever that is.
What is payette?
No idea.
I bet it's the sequins.
But it's yeah. King Cole Cosmos Super Silver Sparkly. So I'm in red, and you can just see. Put your hand behind that. You can see. There you go. You can see the sequins.
Sparkle, sparkle. So yeah. So there's that.
It feels scratchy on the thing, but it doesn't feel scratchy in your knitting.
No, I wouldn't put it all the way through though.
No.
The lady I was working with asked me why have I only done it in that patch, and so well that's what the pattern says to do. Which right, okay, I was just checking. I went,
just in case you'd done it wrong.
In case I'd done it wrong, yeah. And I said to her, I went, well, if I was to knit it all the way through, it'd probably be scratchy. She went, oh yeah, I didn't think of that. I'm like, well, we'll see. But we'll see. And I'm trying to squeeze it back in the old. And then I've been doing. The only other thing I've really been working on is my mix and match cardie. I can't remember where it were last time, but I think since I've separated the
So it's almost a bolero now, isn't it? It's a bolero now. You could wear it just like that.
I've put it on, and
I so want to cast on another one of these, you know.
And I think it looks lovely with the. I really like how the yarn's working up. I prefer it to what it was going to be before. I just need to. The other pieces of that jumper are complete, so I just need to unpick and wind it off.
Frog it.
Frog it. I'll probably go ribbit. Last time I frogged something and I was going ribbit. Michael just started jumping about like a frog. It's funny. And Ben thought we were mad.
Well, we are.
But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with how that's coming up, and it fits nice, so we'll see.
For details, see previous episode.
Yeah.
Instead of us keep repeating
I've nothing
ourselves.
much to say about
something it. Keeps irritating.
Nothing much to say about it, but that's that. I'm still on the first ball wall.
So we've got a while to go yet. Mine only took about 4. Less than I've ever used to knit a cardigan, ever. Or a jumper before. I
used part of one to start it off with, but this is my first full one and I'm still going, so.
Right. Anyway, work in progress. I think I've only brought...
It takes 5 minutes to do a roll.
I've only brought 2. Yeah, it used to take me 5 minutes. Yeah, I've only brought 2 work in progress to show. I've brought, haven't I? It's my house, so
I'm going to carry on with this.
I've decided to knit. I bought this book some time ago, and it's all colourwork socks, but fancy ones. I've looked at it so many times online. Most of it's colourwork, But even where they've shown them they're not colour work, I think I'd knit them colour work because they look better. And there's all sorts of funky patterns. It's all like, a lot of it's like illusion type, like
Words.
illusion type patterns. I don't know what's happening to my words today. Where's the ones I'm doing? See, there's some really funky designs. I like them. I like those. They're quite cool. They're quite cool. But the ones I'm doing, if I can find it.
Your face when I pull my stitches back. Don't get me.
Don't stab me in my face. Do you remember we have an episode saying it's not good to stab your daughter? Maybe we should have one saying it's not good to stab your mother. So there we go. These are what I'm knitting. My choice of yarn, I think, was maybe not the best to get this funky pattern, to see the illusion, but we'll see when I've blocked it out. They're called the Fibonacci socks because it works on the Fibonacci sequence. And if you don't know what that is, that's where the two numbers, you have a list of numbers, 1, 2, the next one's 3, obviously, but that's because 2 and 1 make 3, and then the next one's 5 because 2 and 3 make 5. Next would be 8, and so on and so forth. So it's based on the Fibonacci sequence. See how much I've learned by reading this book? Like in the Da Vinci Code or one of those films, he mentions the Fibonacci sequence, because that's what I thought when I read it. So there, what I'm doing. Anyway, I decided I didn't do it, not to do it in two solid colours, which I think maybe was a mistake. I have the floral, I think they were in the West Yorkshire spinners, 4-ply. So I thought I'll do one solid, because one solid and one pattern. Should have probably picked more of a gradient yarn than a mild, a random pattern type yarn, because I'm not so sure it shows. The pattern's going to show. It might do when it's blocked. I mean, I put it on Instagram and everybody said how pretty it was, but then, you know, you have to, because of it. Otherwise we fall out with it. If you don't say it's nice. No, do we, heck? Hang on, sorry, my things just fell off me. My hairbands just fell off me. My needles, because hairbands are good for holding 9-inch circulars together. Well, at least they are if you put them on enough times.
I just love how my yarn smells nice.
Yeah. So there we go. So this is how it's looking. It is really pretty. Obviously the blue is the solid colour, and then I think, like I say, I should have done. It loses the effect, I think, because here you've got 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then
once it's on your phone
5.
and you've blocked it out, it might.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I'm doing them on my 9-inch circulars with my Halloween stitch markers Nikki bought me. I think they're from Corpo Designs, Corpo UK.
Because they're anywhere else.
But it's looking pretty. They're quite long, which I like, because it said repeat the pattern for the size I'm doing about 2.5 times. So I've only got 3 more rounds to do before I start on the heel flap. So here we are, West Yorkshire spinners. I think this was, they call it the rose colour. I can't remember what they call this one. It's like is it lavender? It's not lavender, is it? I don't know. No idea. I don't know. It's colour number. I don't know which one of those is the colour number. There's 3 numbers there.
Hang on, let me have a look. It's on mine. It's the 325.
325, colour 325 then. I'll take a word for that.
Because I had to decipher from mine.
But that's the label for that one, the pink one, if you like that. So there you go, West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply, and I'll see how these wear. I've used West Yorkshire Spinner 4-ply. I didn't think it was as nice to knit as some of the other yarns I've used for knitting socks, but then it's not as smooth. But I'm liking how this is coming out.
It says it's ideal for socks on the ball bag.
Well, I know it's designed for socks. That's just me being fussy.
Yeah, right, okay.
How I like from some of the other sock yarns. I love this. This is really smooth. This one. I've knitted probably because I've been spoiled and I've been knitting with hand-dyed yarns mostly, which are quite
expensive taste.
It's quite smooth. These were about £7.99.
That's not
ball,
too
I
bad.
think. I got these from Purl and Jane in Skipton. As soon as the collection came out, I had some Christmas vouchers. My husband bought me some gift vouchers from there for Christmas, and I bought I think I bought the whole collection. I've made a scarf previously on my loom. I've woven a scarf in the blue with like a peachy colour.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I thought I wanted to get that used and put it in with the pink. So, watch this space, if you like those.
I can't wait to see what it's like when they're done.
These are good for when I want to sit down and just concentrate a bit. Like I say, I'm doing these on my 9-inch, not that you can see the needles, but these are my 9-inch Chiagu 2.5mm.
I like all your stitch markers.
I know. Well, I put one between every pattern repeat, so to make sure I don't mess it up.
Realise 10-year-olds down.
There's one missing. Is there one missing? No, there's not. So at least I know if you make a if it's not where you're supposed to be, at least you've only got to undo one pattern repeat.
Yeah.
Because you knew the previous one was okay. But I quite like those. So like I said, they were the little Halloweeny ones, which are quite cute. So that's that one.
I think they were cute Halloween ones.
Have I brought something else? Oh, I have. I thought I'll show. I wanted to cast on well, it's not so much just want. My voice is going. Excuse me. It's I kept saying I'll knit Nikki a shawl or a wrap for her wedding because she's getting married in February, so it's likely to be pretty damn chilly. So, but trying to find white in wool is
hard
and practically impossible because the dress is white. It's not ivory or off-white or like a lot of undyed yarns. I wanted to do it in like the silky one, but I've held it next to the dress because the dress is at my house because the dress is my dress. But it's very white, so it's got to be in acrylic really.
Yeah. Because
I haven't been able to find any white wool, proper white wool. I even looked at, there was one I was looking at, might have been by Rico, but we went to Manchester at the weekend and I went in Fred Older's and they had it in there. What they call white is off-white. It's not white, not proper white. So I had 3 or 4 balls of this left from when we used to sell it. This is, I thought it was Peter Pan. It's not. It's King Cole 4-ply.
Yeah.
It's a baby yarn. King Cole Comfort 4-ply. It is super soft.
Super soft.
Super soft. And it's basically, to start with, I'm knitting a wrap. It's the main section. It's in blocks of garter stitch and then lace. I have it on my tablet. Let me just root my tablet out from under all this knitting. Sorry, my voice is going again. Don't know what's happening. I'm going to be mute one of these days because it's just going to go completely.
Communicate through postcards.
Yeah. Hang on, let me just find it. It is the Xanthi wrap. I think that's how you pronounce it. By Amber O'Brien. This is it.
It's so pretty.
There's obviously, let's see if I can find any other pictures. No, that's just that picture. See if I can get a bigger view. See, on the actual pattern, the garter stitch section is striped in 2 different colours. But obviously I'm just doing that in white because I can't put another colour in with it. And then what you see on in black on there is lace. See if I can find there. So you can see it on that one there. So I'm just doing, I've started at this end, I think, here. So I'm just doing a big swathe of garter stitch and then there'll be a big panel of lace and then a big swathe of garter stitch and then a panel of lace. Which Nikki picked that out from quite a few of the patterns that I had. So it's kind of TV knitting.
Till the lace bit.
Till I get to the lace bit and then there'll be no TV involved. Because the lace bit looks quite pretty lacy.
It's like, sit in a room, nobody talks to you kind of situation.
Yeah. Nobody will notice if I make a mistake. But that's what I'm doing. So
professional photos will be taken.
We'll
notice.
So there you go. So that's what she's having. I've got like a silver brooch I got in my first Knitinabox, which will be nice for holding it. I'm assuming you're wearing silver jewellery.
Yeah.
Which will hold it up in a fancy fashion.
I don't wear gold, so
I think that's everything. I could show you my new yarns, but it's in there somewhere. I forgot to get them out. It was just way too early this morning. I've only done a couple. I've done a grey one, speckly one, which I really like, which I've put on. I've got good photos of that. But I've done one based on autumn leaves. Really, when we went to Bodmin Gardens, not last weekend, but weekend before, there were beautiful colours on the Acer trees. Bright oranges and they had orange and bright pink and like a maroony pink in them and all sorts. So I dyed some yarn. It was pretty good to the pictures, except trying to photograph the yarn and get it because I put maroon in at the end for certain areas where that maroon, even though you can't see it so much over a lot of the areas of the yarn, the camera can see it, and that's what it's picking up. So it doesn't look on the pictures like the yarn. I need to take it outside and photograph it, or I need to get my husband and his fancy camera, which he said he'd do and he hasn't done yet. Rubbish. To photograph it. But each time I've thought about, when I've had time to go outside, it's been raining, so I've not been able to. And trying to get, this is normally where we're sat now is where I normally take my photographs, because I'm right in front of the window, and in the afternoon the light comes round, well, in the afternoon at the moment I'm at work, and in the afternoon at the weekends it has been so dull. Yeah. So dull, just not getting any proper natural light, so I really need to go outside to try and photograph stuff, but it's been raining, so...
You can't win.
I can't win. That's the only problem with my phone. Like I say, my camera's picking up the overlay. I found that on like this type of colour as well. When I'm trying to photograph this colour, when it's in the skein, it picks up the lavender colour that I put in there as well. That's gone over the top, which you can't really see. You can't really see, but it really picks it up on the camera. The camera can see it and picks it up on the photograph. But hey ho. Hopefully I'll get a bit done tomorrow. I've got some silk, 50% silk yarn. I want to have a go.
Oh, that'd be nice.
It's like a singles. I've got a couple of colours on the website. I need to get some double knitting. I want to dye some of my regular colours in double knitting. And maybe Aran. I've got a bit of Aran. Anyway, that's about all. I think we haven't forgotten anything, or if we have,
tell you next time.
Tell you next time. So until episode 41, TTFN. Bye.
You're always right, he's always wrong, but always make him think that he's right and you're wrong. Just easy.
Turn to the left, Nikki.